Are you tired of competing in oversaturated niches on Etsy? Or do you struggle with knowing what products or niches are actually low competition? And then on top of that, you're being told left and right that you need to target low competition unsaturated niches. But when you are trying to get your shop off the ground or you're trying to do research, thought of looking for unsaturated digital product niches is overwhelming. But I got you. In today's video, I'm back with another 5 digital products that are completely unsaturated that you can begin selling in your shop today. And make sure you watch the entire video because one of the niches I'm sharing is making over $11,000 a month. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Danya, and I relaunched my digital shop on Etsy in July of 2024, and within a few short months, I quickly became a top 1.5% seller on the platform. Now, although I'm not a 7-figure guru yet, I have learned a lot along the way. I want to share with you everything I've learned, what I continue to learn, because I got my shop to take off very quickly and it does very, very well. And there's no reason why your shop can't do the same. And because you all seem to have loved the prior videos that I've done along the same type of theme, where I'm sharing with you multiple unsaturated digital products, I decided to do a video like this every week in the month of March. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, and number 1, we have tumbler wraps. Now, these do incredibly well on the platform and they're very popular. I'm using the keyword research tool from Everbee, and we can tell right away that we have over 1,000 monthly searches. But look at the competition, over 700,000 competition. And that is why we have a keyword score of 0 from Everbee, because typing in Tumblr wrap by itself or not being very niche down with your title and your tags, you'll end up in a situation like this where you will not get found, you won't get any orders, and you'll be discouraged. So I'm going to show you the niche down Tumblr wrap I found, and then we'll go ahead and look at how it is performing. We have a Christian Tumblr wrap. The Christian niche is incredibly popular when it comes to Tumblr wraps and in other niches too, but in particular, Tumblr wraps. We can tell directly from Etsy in the top left that we have that bestseller badge. And on the top right, we can see that the item is in over 20 carts. Now that comes directly from Etsy. I'm going to click the Analyze Listing button from Everbee to get a bit more information on the item. We can tell that we have an 8-month-old listing, nearly 700 orders, making over $200 a month. And this month alone, it has had about 70 orders. So I know the numbers may not be very huge. However, from my own experience, if you have multiple items like that in your shop, they do add up. Let's go ahead and check out the tag information on this particular item. Okay, I pulled up the tags, and if you've seen my prior videos, you know by now that I do like to target tags that have a high keyword score. Now we're looking at number 1, and we have Doodle Tumblr Wrap with 91 monthly searches, 2,700 competition, and a 30 keyword score, which is not really that impressive to me. Then we have a Bible verse Tumblr with over 200 monthly searches, 15,000 competition, and a keyword score of 20. Then we have Faith Over Fear PNG with 85 monthly searches, 4,000 competition, and a keyword score of 20. Now, I mentioned earlier that these are lower keyword scores, but that goes to show that it isn't only about your title and tags or the design. It really is a combination of both. They both have to work well together because these may not have the strongest keywords, but the competition is really low and it really is a beautiful design. So when you couple both together, you have a better chance of an item doing well like this one. We'll move into number 2. Okay, moving along to number 2, we have Canva templates, and these do incredibly well. I think because there are so many things you can do with a Canva template, and you can reach a huge amount of people. Again, using the Everbee research tool, we have over 2,200 searches per month. But again, we have over 700,000 competition. And like with number 1, we have a keyword score of 0 just by typing in Canva templates. The niche down listing I found is, again, another bestseller. And on the top right, we see that 2 people bought the item in the last 24 hours, which is incredible. This item in particular is an editable Canva template, namely a Instagram profile mock-up, which is pretty interesting and different. We'll go ahead and analyze the listing. Okay, and we can see here that we have an 8-month-old listing, over 700 orders, making over $350 a month. This month alone, it has had over 80 orders. So it's doing very well. And again, not huge, crazy numbers, but you have multiple of these in your shop and your shop is doing very, very well. Also, another thing to keep in mind, the data from Everbee is updated every few days. So these numbers could be a couple days behind, which means that the item is continuing to do even better than what we can see right here. We'll go ahead and check out the tag information. Now, I found the tags here to be very interesting. We can look and we see the top two are incredibly high. I've never really seen that high of a keyword score before, but what has me a little interested are how the tags are written. We have Instagram template for number one with over 1,000 searches, 379 competition, and a keyword score of over 2,800. But look how they have it typed out. They don't have a space. So I'm trying to figure out what type of strategy the shop owner could be doing, but it is very interesting. However, look at number two. We have Instagram profile gift, all one word, only 5 monthly searches, 3 competition, and a keyword score of over 1,600. Again, all one word. Let's move down to number three, where we have it grammatically correct. We have Instagram frame, 255 monthly searches, 3,300 competition, and a good keyword score of 80. I just want to dig a little bit more into that strategy of why a shop owner would use a tag with no space in it. I find that to be very interesting. Don't know if it's bad, don't know if it's good, just very interesting. We'll move into number three. And before we move on to number three, I just wanted to give you a quick heads up that I created a free download for you. It is a listing optimization checklist and it is packed with value. It really is the perfect tool to make sure that your items are set up correctly and that they follow the Etsy best practices so you can actually rank and get orders in your shop. If you want your free checklist, then leave the word checklist below and I'll make sure I get you a copy of that. Moving on to number three. Number three is a very popular niche that does well all year round, and that would be custom pet portrait. Using the Everbee keyword research tool, we can see we have a lot of monthly searches with over 7,400. The competition is a lot better than numbers one and two with 188,000, and we have a keyword score of 40. Now, going back to the competition, I know that when we compare it to one and two, 188,000 may feel like not much competition, but that is way, way too much competition, especially if you're new or your shop is struggling. You will still have a harder time ranking if you're up against that much competition. The listing I found, however, it is a bestseller. And we have that directly from Etsy. And then on the right, we see that we're being told by Etsy that 13 people bought the item in the last 24 hours. It is doing incredibly well. Let's go ahead and analyze the listing using our Everbee tool. And we have a 5-month-old listing with over 260 orders in the past 5 months, making about $500 a month. And in the past month, it's gotten over 50 orders. Again, if you have multiple items like that in your shop doing well, the numbers do add up very, very quickly. We'll go ahead and check out the tag information, which I found to be interesting as well. I have now pulled up the tag information and look at number one. We have it spelled incorrectly. And now I'm beginning to wonder could there be a new strategy that shop owners are trying to do in order to get ranked? I'm not 100% sure, but I am going to do a bit more research into that. But we have the keyword number one with over 175 monthly searches, 900 competition, and a keyword score of 190. Number two, we have cat dog portrait with over 5,500 monthly searches, which is really good. Competition is a bit higher with over 80,000 competition and a keyword score of 70. Then we have portrait from photo with over 6,000 monthly searches. Again, higher competition with 118,000, but a pretty decent keyword score of 50. We'll move along into number four. Okay, and for number 4, we have Instagram templates, and these are also very popular because there's a huge range of what you can do with them. With the research tool, we see that we have over 1,600 monthly searches, over 160,000 competition, and a keyword score of 10, which is just really not that great. The item I found, however, is yet another bestseller and in over 20 cards. And I do want to make a note about the over 20 cards verbiage. From my own experience, I have multiple bestsellers in my shop, and I've done a little bit of digging when I was doing research on my own shop. And it's interesting. The 20 carts could be 21 carts, it could be 100, it could be 300. So I always get really excited when I see an item with over 20 in the carts because I know that number could be incredibly high. We'll go ahead and pull up the listing analytics. Okay, we have a 4-month-old listing with 141 orders, making over $500 a month. And this month alone, 43 orders, which is very, very promising for such a new listing. This one is going to take off and blow up. I mean, it already has the bestseller badge and it's in a ton of cards. We'll go ahead and check out the tag information. Okay. And the number one tag here would be coaching Instagram with over 600 monthly searches, 5,100 competition, the keyword score of 130. That is perfect. I really, really like how that one is ranked because a good, healthy number of searches and only 5,000 competition. Typically, a rule of thumb when I'm coaching my students would be you want to stay between 15,000 or less. There may be times where you may have to go up to 20,000, but if you can stay under 15,000 or lower competition, the better. And this one only has 5,100 competition. Then we have Life Coach Instagram with over 200 searches, 2,300 competition, and a high keyword score of 90. Then we have Engagement Story with 400 monthly searches, 7,500 competition, and a keyword score of 50. I can definitely see why this particular item would be doing so well. We'll move into number 5. Number 5 is definitely our heavy hitter of the video, and this particular niche does incredibly well, and that would be crochet blanket pattern. Now, these downloadable embroidery, crochet, sewing patterns, those always do incredibly well. And I wish I knew how to do it because I would have a shop full of that. I just don't know how to do it yet. But if you know how to do that or you can figure it out, this may be one that you want to really think about getting into. These always do incredibly well. We have over 2,400 monthly searches with only 58,000 competition, which is not that bad. And then we have a keyword score of 40. But I'm going to show you the niche down listing I got. And that would be yet another bestseller, the fifth one of the day. Look at how many people bought that item in the last 24 hours. Could you imagine having that many orders on one item in a day? I mean, that is absolutely incredible. We'll go ahead and analyze our item. And we have a 4-month-old item with over 4,000 orders. And it is making $11,198 a month. How cool would that be if that was your shop? And in the past month, it's had over 1,000 orders. Now, going back to that amount of revenue, I can tell you from my own experience that I have had this experience in my shop. You can definitely make this kind of money. Let's go ahead and pull up the tag information. Look at the tags. Now I'm really, really thinking that these shop owners are onto something because every tag that we have here is all one word and spelled incorrectly. What is going on? There's got to be a new tactic that a lot of shop owners are testing out, and it appears to be working. Interesting. We have modern crochet blanket with 62 monthly searches, 5 competition. I mean, come on. And then we have a keyword score of over 12,000. I want to go down to one where there are no spelling errors or it's not one word. We'll come right down here to best popular crochet with over 100 monthly searches, 247 competition, and a keyword score of 470. Then I want to go down to another that has no errors in it, and we have easy crochet throw with over 900 monthly searches, 4,600 competition and a keyword score of 210. That is really, really good. And then we have Easy Crochet Blanket. That might be the one that could be taking it to the next level. With over 1,500 monthly searches, 11,000 competition, and a keyword score of 130. I can definitely see a lot of people typing in Easy Crochet Blanket download or Easy Crochet Blanket pattern, Easy Crochet Blanket instant download. And I can definitely see that this one may be the heavy hitter that has turned this listing into what it is. Very impressive. And don't forget, if you want that free download, then to leave the word checklist below in the comments, and I'll get that over to you. Now that you have 5 unsaturated niches, check out the video on your screen now where I show you how you can get more orders in your shop, and you can do it in about 15 minutes. I'll catch you guys over there. Thanks for watching.